If you struggle from rotator cuff injuries, you need to hear this. My shoulder, especially my rotator cuff, has been hurting terribly for 5 years now. And there are moments when it feels practically impossible to even lift my arm. It's not even just my shoulder. There's this daunting pain that radiates through my entire shoulder, but sometimes it even finds its way down my arm. Believe me, I felt like I was losing my mind for ages until realizing it's all because of one annoying mistake that most people make: inadequate support. Yeah, neglecting to properly support your shoulders, particularly when we know they're vulnerable or compromised. My lifestyle, and perhaps yours, which might involve a lot of heavy lifting or repetitive arm movements, didn't help. And it's dire, folks. The damage that neglect and improper support can inflict on your shoulder, especially your rotator cuff, results in immobilizing pain. There have been mornings when even reaching up to grab a cereal box from the shelf was a battle against anguish. The unfortunate reality is that there's a staggering number of people who are battling through this piercing pain caused by rotator cuff injuries and general shoulder issues daily. Indeed, I learned how widespread this issue was when I had to take a medical hiatus and dove into a rabbit hole of research. A substantial number of individuals, potentially like you, endure shoulder and rotator cuff pain. You might even be cradling your shoulder while you're reading this. Take a moment to gently position yourself in a way that feels more comfortable, even if it's just temporary, because here's the lowdown. Persistent activities or lack thereof, such as repetitive lifting or continuing arm use without proper support, can stress your shoulder, and particularly your rotator cuff. The muscles and the tendons get so accustomed to functioning under this strain that they gradually forget how to relax and recover. And this is what exacerbates the difficulty of rectifying this oversight over time. The musculature simply becomes adapted to being compromised in this condition and unwittingly enforces that upon them. But that's not all I learned. Enduring through shoulder and rotator cuff pain, I dug deep to find a solution. When dealing with shoulder pain, especially arising from rotator cuff injuries, it's crucial to understand the importance of support and stabilization to the healing process. You see, the shoulder joint is highly dynamic and one of the most movable joints in the human body. And while this characteristic allows a significant mobility and range of motion, it also makes the shoulder particularly vulnerable to stress and injury, especially the rotator cuff, a critical network of muscles and tendons stabilizing it. And when the shoulder is in pain or injured, especially the rotator cuff, maintaining tightness and compression becomes paramount to initiate and sustain the body's natural healing process. To illustrate, imagine if a stressed or damaged area keeps getting used and used without adequate rest and stabilization. The continuous movement and the use prevent the damaged tendons and muscles from staying still, and that was what can initiate repair and recovery. So it's thwarting its body's intrinsic healing mechanisms. In other words, maintaining a stable, compressed environment for the shoulder, particularly post-injury, is synonymous with providing a safety net, allowing the natural regeneration processes of your body to work optimally. When we deny our shoulder of this supportive stability by continuous stress and movement, we inadvertently prolong the pain and delay recovery. Therefore, supporting and stabilizing the shoulder, giving it the safe space to recover without additional stress, isn't just a symptomatic relief. It's also a strategy to move towards genuine and sustainable recovery. Can you believe that the intense, daunting shoulder pain most of us have experienced occurs due to inadequate support and lack of stabilization? I honestly feel sad knowing that I was hurting for so long for something that I could have corrected so early on. And while routinely taking pain pills, as many doctors suggested, I began searching for methods to alleviate my shoulder pain and assist my rotator cuff injury. Simply doing exercises and trying to maintain good posture never works when your shoulder is already in agony and compromised. It's impossible. And I'm not ready to have surgery. No way. So I began searching for ways to support and stabilize my shoulder at home, aiming to naturally aid its healing process and manage the persistent pain emanating from my rotator cuff injury. Then, by some divine intervention, I stumbled upon an online study dedicated to shoulder pain. The comments section was flooded with thousands of people sharing their stories, much like I am now, about how this one particular approach helped them to finally overcome their persistent shoulder and rotator cuff pain for good. It was recommended by the physiotherapist and their patients, so of course I had to take a look, right? It's called a compression shoulder brace. It's a firm accessory that you comfortably wear throughout your daily activities, aiming to alleviate shoulder pain and aid in the recovery of the rotator cuff injuries. The brace diligently provides firm yet gentle compression directly to your shoulder, promoting a conducive environment for healing while ensuring stability. All of this without draining your wallet with expensive chiropractic visits or risky surgeries. Finally, something that made sense. Unlike crappy pills that just mask the pain, I went to the only place where they're available to order at AgeRelief.com and noticed that they had a 60-day money-back guarantee. So basically, if I didn't feel better after using it, I would get my money back anyway. It was the easiest and best decision I ever made in my life. I ordered it and it arrived at my door about 2 weeks ago. Here it is, actually. It even came with some simple instructions. And now let me tell you my honest experience with this thing. The first day, I slid it onto my shoulder and adjusted it, ensuring a snug but comfortable fit. And it was unobtrusive, yet provided a stabilization firmness that was vital in fostering a good environment for healing. The moment I started moving around, I noticed an appreciable difference. My shoulder pain wasn't magically gone, but then again, that would be nothing short of a miracle. It was just noticeably mitigated. The compression by the brace provided immediate relief and added a supportive layer that assisted in minimalizing the discomfort and pain that I was so accustomed to enduring. So that was a promising start, and I was impressed. So I've used it every single day since then, and on the second or third day, it became easier and easier to use. I could feel the compression shoulder brace gently stabilizing my shoulder, providing the support which allowed the inflamed tissues and tendons of my rotator cuff to finally start the healing process. The consistent compression not only alleviated the constant nagging pain, but it also safeguarded my shoulder from further strain and injuries, fostering an optimal environment for recovery and healing, and that is what I was looking for. Solving the root cause of the problem, not just masking it with pills or expensive treatment. AgeRelief, along with their team of physiotherapists, developed a compression shoulder brace incorporating purposeful compression technology and enhanced blood circulation to promote faster healing. Their strategic compression not only provides targeted support for the afflicted shoulder and rotator cuff, but also facilitates an increase in blood flow, which is vital to hastening recovery and alleviating pain. And this is why it delivers rapid and effective relief, addressing the pain and the underlying healing process in the shoulder. And after using the AgeRelief compression shoulder brace for just 2 weeks, for the first time in more than 5 years, I don't feel debilitating pain in my shoulder and rotator cuff. I feel revitalized. I feel rejuvenated. I finally feel normal. My shoulder has experienced the support it needed to encourage healing, and I am truly motivated to ensure that I don't make any movements that could set me back. The brace has been a true ally in pain management and recovery from my rotator cuff injury. I honestly don't know why people don't talk about this little thing. I mean, there are 15,000 reviews on AgeRelief's website about people who have experienced the same relief as me, but it feels like the entire planet should be using this thing, not just to cure their shoulder pain, but to prevent it too. I mean, it really helps in effortlessly supporting your shoulder right in the comfort of your own home. I'll keep the compression shoulder brace forever, just in case I experience any shoulder or rotator cuff pain again. I even ordered a few as gifts for some of my friends at work who've gone through the same exact thing, that I hope this video reaches as many people as possible, because no one should suffer from rotator cuff injuries and shoulder pain. No one. And now you don't have to. Click shop now below on this video, and please give the compression shoulder brace a shot. Your shoulders will thank you.